Far away.
Okay, guys, I gotta know what the message was at halftime because you guys only had 6 field goals in the first half, and you looked like a whole different team coming out in that second half. So, what did Coach Hester say to you guys?
He literally told us like we were not moving with pace, like we were just out. It's like we was out there. Like it was almost like the first game when we played him and we got blown out. Like he's like, you guys not here. So that was really a message. And then internally within ourselves as the players, we just told each other like, yo, we got to lock in, pick our faces up. It's not time to pout. That's the only way we're gonna come back.
Just pick up back off what he said. He was like, how we want to be viewed. We not front runners. So he like kept saying, are we front runners or what? So then we just said we're not gonna front run. We just gonna give it everything we got. And then to ourselves like, if we're gonna go out, we're gonna go out fighting. And that's what we did. We just got the victory.
You guys got out rebounded in the first half. You guys didn't look like you had a lot of fight on the defensive side of the board. Avery, particularly you, in that second half, you felt like you really brought that energy. What did you see differently?
I just knew one thing. I feel like I'm a shooter, but I feel like my shot hasn't been falling, so I'm making impact somewhere else. So I'm just, hey, y'all got the offensive end. I'm going to get every board, get as many stops as I can. Y'all just handle the rest.
DJ, no threes from the entire team, the entire game, until your three. Yep, that's right. Until you hit that three. What made you let it go from behind the arc, and what do you think when it was falling through?
Like I literally just said, like shout out to my teammates for always trusting me though. Like I always say every time, like if it's a game-winning situation or a clutch situation, I'm gonna hit the shot. Just trust me. Just trust me. Even though we didn't hit a shot, like I feel like no matter what happens in that situation, I'm gonna always stay confident and feel like I'm gonna make the shot.
What does it say about this team? Last time you guys played them, the worst USA loss you guys ever had in program history. This time, first or second largest comeback in the program's history. What does that say about what this team can do when they have all the guys going in the same direction?
Go ahead.
Basically, just saying we don't quit. One thing Coach said about attitude and effort. First half, attitude wasn't right, effort wasn't right. One thing about it, we're going to have it. Attitude going to be right, and they would say we going to fight to the very end.
Do you feel like the home crowd gave you guys a little bit of extra boost there, especially towards the end?
For sure.
For sure. Needed
For
that.
sure.
Needed that.
Especially when we started to come back, we came out, I want to say like on the maybe like 6 overrun or something like that, and the crowd got into it and they were excited. We was getting downhill. I loved it. It was good to have all them and feel like the whole crowd was with us. So
every Conference USA win is big, but to get it against a team that's obviously very good like Middle Tennessee, how much momentum does that give you guys going out to the rest of league play?
It give us a lot, basically, especially coming back from down, 19, that, hey, we just play hard from the jump. It's really going to be hard to beat, especially with us. We're one of the best defensive teams. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Good. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Congratulations.
thank you.
Thank you.
Coach. A lot to digest, but just the way you guys were able to come back and overcome a 20-point deficit and win it at the end. Just speak to your team's performance tonight.
Hard. We played the best and worst half of basketball of our year in the same game. Luckily, we were able to come out on top. We dug a ditch that most people don't get out of, and I would think if we dug it 100 more times, we wouldn't get out of it 100 more times. And we went in the locker room, and it was bigger than basketball. This wasn't a basketball issue. It was our attitudes weren't together. We weren't together as a team. We weren't executing guys breaking off plays, not finishing layups at the rim. We had wide open layups and dunks, and they were getting blocked. It was atrocious. But my challenge was to take it a play at a time and start fighting. And we talked about in the locker room, there's not many, coaching things you can change when you're that bad. I mean, because everything is bad. So we talked about our fight. We talked about having pride. We talked about going out and doing what we practice. And then I said, I'm going to make an adjustment. I told the coaches, I'm going to play the guys that fight. And I looked at the stat sheet. I kind of knew who those guys were. I put them out there, and I just refused to sub. And when we came out with some energy and effort, I knew I was going to ride those guys out the rest of the half.
So only 6 field goals made in the first half. You guys got out-rebounded. I mean, what do you think was that biggest difference maker in the second half?
The guys I played, to be really honest with you. I played some guys who were fighting. They were about the team. They were about everybody. And they just kept clawing and clawing and clawing. We came out with a burst of energy, got 3 stops, 3 baskets. So we made a 19-point lead, 13, which is manageable when you have 16, 17 minutes to play. And then it never stopped. We kept defending and doing it together. We were probably more active on defense with our hands, getting steals and deflections and diving on the floor than we had been all year. And then we had a couple guys step up. Avery Thomas was unbelievable on the glass, rebounding for us. And then, at the end of the job, I don't make any plays. DJ and AJ and Finner and Avery and Mel made some plays down the stretch to help us win. I mean, DJ, he said he doesn't miss game winners. I guess he's still truthful at the moment.
So, yeah, I heard he posted something on social media saying that he's never missed a game winner. So he backed it up, obviously. So, I mean, is he allowed to post things like that now if he backs them up?
I don't even think it was his post. He just said, look, when I get game winners, no matter how I shoot, I make them. And he's been true for this point. He's 3 for 3 for us. And, again, we don't even get to that point if it's not for the rebounding and the defense that those guys played and the execution down the stretch and the mental toughness that it showed to play through fatigue. So I'm super proud of him.
What does it say, though, about DJ, the ice in his veins, when you guys hadn't made a 3 the entire night long, and he decides to let one go for the game winner?
The truth is he can make them. If we had him shoot all of them, we wouldn't be 0 for 11. But the truth is he can make them, and we have to do a better job as a team getting them shots when he's actually open. The more he shoots and the more he makes, of course, the less open he'll be. That's just how basketball is. People get scouted. But we have to give him the ball when he's shot ready, and he has to be confident to knock them down. But late in the game, when it was about 17 seconds and we challenged the play, thank God I didn't burn that challenge, and we got the ball back, I knew I was putting it in his hands. And being only down 2, I knew we didn't need a 3. We were just going to try to get something at the rim. He just kind of made a play on his own.
You mentioned Avery. 15 of the team's 32 rebounds. I mean, just a difference maker, especially in that second half. What does that say about him and the development that he has had as a player?
Usually this is a time JUCO kids kind of step up and show. That's always been that way. I didn't make the rules. I don't know why that is, but he's been growing. And I think the thing that's growing more for him is mentally. He's always had the ability to do certain things. But when you get to this level, it can be kind of shocking that guys are so athletic. They look like you. They're as tall as you. They move better than you at sometimes. And so he had to get adjusted. But his attitude and his approach is what helped him with that.
You've been preaching all season, lack of continuity, lack of energy, effort, attitude. What does it say that second half proved to you about who these guys can be?
It'll prove to me the next game if we come out with energy and effort, if we learn. Because now it's carryover. We talk about carrying over and being good the next day. We had an awesome performance today, and I challenged the guys, and I told them, I played about 6 or 7 guys in the second half. What if we played 14, and we were all locked in, and we were all grinding, and we all gave all we had, and we were fresh at the end of the game? How good could we be? And that's what I'm challenging the guys to think about.
Very good. Obviously, MTSU team over there. For you guys to get to 3-3 in Conference USA play now, how much momentum does that give you guys going forward?
Well, I hope it gives us some. You know, we got to go on the road, and in this league, we've always known that going on the road is super tough. And so, and then I look up, and Jacksonville just dropped on the Sam, so they're going to be super hungry to get things dialed back up. We're going to try to have some carryover with this. We're going to watch the film. We're not going to sulk on the first half too much. We might have a few compare and contrast clips, so we can see how bad we were and what that lack of effort was and our body language and how we were always complaining. And then we're going to watch the second half when we just went out there and fought in that game. And so if we can do that, I think the guys should have some carryover. I think I found a group that'll fight.
Second largest comeback in program history. Just how good did it feel to get it in front of the home crowd?
Felt good to get it versus a team that had the worst loss in program history on the road. And so to fight, and we talked about not wanting to play this team too far apart because we wanted to remember what it felt like to lose. And so to get this win and kind of to get back on track and change our mentality to who we are in this conference felt good.
Thank you, Coach Hester.
Thank you.